It's all right.
Finish.
Let me go here.
Good afternoon, YouTube. Anthony Jarby here with our weekly Lunch and Learn. Doing a little 2-in-1 today as I'm playing producer and recording. Today's topic is our strains and cannabis products that can help with stress relief. And I thought instead of just kind of doing the typical talk where I go through all the terpenes and start talking about products hypothetically, I thought it would be cool to actually scroll through our online menu with me, and I'll identify some of the products that I see there that are most likely to help with stress. And I'll also mention some products that aren't on our menu, but where you would be able to find them on the menu. I think sometimes when we get into products that are outside of flower, it can be a little tricky to find them based upon how dispensaries categorize them. For instance, something like a vape pen you may find is its own product category as vape pens on a menu, or you may find it tucked away somewhere in concentrates, less easily to find. So for those folks unfamiliar, we run Peninsula Alternative Health, which is a medical cannabis dispensary in Salisbury, Maryland. Brandon even queued up this cool green screen, so it looks like I'm actually at the dispensary, kind of with a blurry background. This is the door going into our service area where we serve patients. And what you see in the back there blurred out are our menu boards. So we have a robust line of products within our dispensary that we're in tools that our staff has to use to combat stress, which is one of the top things that patients come to our dispensary for. So let's see if I can do this right. Control. All right. So you should be able to see my screen. Brandon, actually, can you come here for 1 second? How do I get that box out?
It's just might actually be. I'll just leave that small for now.
Perfect. Cool. So this is the actual menu of our dispensary right now. Oh, and I don't know how to use a Mac, so there could be some of that. This could be ugly.
Sorry.
How do I scroll down? Just pull down.
Sorry. 2 fingers is a scroll. 1 finger is a click.
Okay. All right. I promise you I know more about cannabis than I do about Mac computers and producing my own YouTube videos, but we'll get into it. So when thinking about stress, there's a couple of different ways to think about it. One way is to think about is kind of getting through it and powering through that stress. Oftentimes, when you are feeling stressed, actually challenging yourself, going through something like a physical workout or a hike, doing some type of activity and spurring the body and getting the blood flowing can help, can really help with stress and your ability to grind through the rest of your day. So for folks that are looking to use cannabis products that would help with stress but are still looking to be able to have the energy to do high-level activities, this is where I always go back to looking for really good citrus flavors. And I see one right off the bat with Culta's Grapefruit Sour Dream. 16.7% THC, so not too heavy over the top. Culta always has strong terpene profiles. When you pop the top and you smell that, you immediately get the citrus notes. Grapefruit Sour Dream is a great stress relieving flower that can be used during the day that is not going to, it's unlikely that it's going to cause paranoia or something that you may find in a super high THC strain or in a strain that's going to be high in something like pining. Also, we see Wizard Punch by Curio. This is another good quality flower that's going to be a hybrid that could be used for stress to help calm the mind, but not take the body out of it, where you're not going to have the same type of energy levels to go out and compete the activities that you're looking to do. If flower is not what you're looking for, then another great tool for quick onset time, because I'm going to go a little bit sporadic here, but one of the great things about using flower for stress is that it has a quick onset time. So if you're medicating using cannabis flower and you are feeling stressed, you're looking to feel the effects of that medication within 5 to 20 minutes. Same thing with the vape pen. The benefit of vape pen adds from flower are a few. First, it's way more discreet, and this can be really helpful if you live in a home where maybe there's children or there are other members. You travel a lot, maybe you go into hotels, and flower is, because of smell and odor, is not an option. But you're looking for something that's got a quick onset time, something that's going to feel different than an edible. We find that using a vape pen is a really great option, and we have a lot of good choices here. Something like a clementine, which is a sativa, so it's going to be energizing, but once again, still with that citrus notes, those citrus terpenes, likely to be very good for stress. And then going in the opposite direction, if you were looking to mitigate that stress with more of a relaxation, more of an end of night, trying to calm the mind, maybe trying to get to sleep. Something like anything with a Granddaddy. Granddaddy Purple is going to be the head lineage, or the leader of the lineage of Granddaddy and Forbidden Punch. And Granddaddy Purple is known to be a strain oftentimes associated with calming. Folks that have issues getting sleep have a lot of really good success with the Granddaddy Purple lineage. And then the last contrast, something like a Maui Wowie, something which is a heavy sativa. If it's not carrying those citrus notes and leading with notes with like pining, it could really increase your stress. It could take your stress level from a 7 to a 9 very quickly, and likely something that you want to avoid. So when you are feeling stressed out, you really would want to avoid the terpene pining if you're looking for some relaxation. Just go through a few more of these cartridges and try to point out some of the reasons why they would or would not be. Lemon Skunk by Cresco. This is a live resin cart. This is a really great product. A live resin cart is a high quality cartridge that's going to be a full spectrum product. It's going to have terpenes and cannabinoids, and the terpenes that are in that product are going to be cannabis derived terpenes. Lemon Skunk I found to be really great daytime strain for stress, helping you power through the day. You get really strong lemon zest notes, and at 71% THC in a cartridge, you would really only need to use just a tiny little bit of that product to get the desired effects. Something like that could be as simple as taking one small hit in the morning, and that lasting throughout the day, depending upon the tolerance of the user. So lots of great options when looking at looking at cartridges or flower for quick onset. Heading down, we get into the concentrates. This is typically my personal method of administration. I like these because they provide some of the benefits of quick onset time and some of the same benefits that a vape pen would, but at a higher concentration for someone that's got a higher tolerance level and a more prolonged effect. So typically these products right here are dab products, and typically you would want to use them in very limited quantities because they are so potent. But with that potency of THC also comes a high potency of terpenes, and that's really where you get some therapeutic effects out of these products that you don't quite find in other tools. To give you a good instance, we had, I'm not sure if we have it, we'll see if we have it, and we had in last week a indica from Grassroots that was called Ray Charles, and it had 10% myrcene in that product. And to be able to concentrate not just the THC, but to be able to concentrate that terpene, myrcene, which has a very, very relaxing effect, the outcome of that product was very good. I used it myself personally for sleep on Saturday evening, and it was the exact effects that I was looking for. And it's really great to have that predictability in a product, and when you see those levels, you can really understand exactly what the desired outcome, or not desired outcome, but what the outcome will be, and how that product can benefit you. Something like Grape Lime Ricky is a nice hybrid. This is something that would be used for stress, but would still give you your energy levels, but like I said, it's not gonna put you over the top. This is a product that also you'll find oftentimes in flower and vape cartridges within our dispensary. Grape Lime Ricky is actually it's a strain that's gotten a lot more popularity over the last couple years. It's not something that has the same kind of traditional history like a Blue Dream or even a Maui Wowie. Okay, now we get into edibles. And I guess for MMCC clarification purposes, most of the products listed here are more of lozenger and troches. They're your typical edibles like you may think of as cookies and brownies and candies. These have gotten pretty sophisticated as well in terms of their ability to create effects outside of just giving folks THC. So when you're traditionally, when we were eating an edible product, a friend at home or on the street, or just almost all the products that are out there without a medicinal implication, they're just taking the THC out of the flower, and that's all that's going into the edible. All of the terpenes, all of the other components that change the effect, the way cannabis makes you feel, typically don't exist in edibles. And you're typically getting your main effect from just the THC alone. But what we'll find as we go through some of these products that we have at our dispensary, because of some of the additional just some of the additional components that are added to these on top of THC, they have a more desired effect. For instance, the very first one that you'll see is the Ascend product right here, which is a high THC product that we have in that is 100 milligrams in total. Let me click on it. So it's roughly 2.5 milligrams of THC, and there's 40 in a pack. And this would be a good product for someone that is starting off, that needs just a little bit of, it says high THC, but it really isn't. When you look at 2.5 milligrams each, that's actually a very low THC starting point, and actually a really good sweet spot for anyone looking to start. So at 2.5 milligrams of THC for stress, this is something that you could try. You would probably want to start in the evening, but would likely be able to tolerate this during the day. This is something that would last a lot longer. sorry. This is something that will last a lot longer in your system than smoking. So typically when you smoke, you do get that quick onset time, but it also leaves your system within around 2 hours. Where something like an edible form of THC, when it's actually being digested in your stomach, will actually provide a longer effect, sometimes 4 to 6 hours. Okay. Here's a product I want to highlight. So a lot of times with stress in the evening times, one of the biggest implications is that there is not, it's not easy to sleep. And Curio came out with a product not too long ago. We highlighted a few months ago this product as well during our sleep campaign called Good Night. And this is 10 milligrams of THC and 5 milligrams of CBN. CBN is a minor cannabinoid that's been linked to helpless sleep. I'm a very strong believer in it. We have several products downstairs that have CBN in it. If stress is interrupting your sleep, this is a really strong product to put in your arsenal. It's developed by Curio Scientific Board. It's been put in head-to-head clinical trials against Lunesta and Ambien. It's a very mature product for our market, and it's something that's very safe. And the folks at Curio do a really great job of backing up all of their products. So if you have questions or concerns and you're outside of our area but still within Maryland, you can go to Curio directly with any questions about this product. It's something that our patients have been raving about, and I'm really happy with the outcome. So the Good Night product is something that's very strong. Scrolling through. We have elixirs. Elixir is another great tool for sleep, nighttime. If you're feeling stressed, coming home, an elixir, for simplistic terms, it's a liquid-based formula, and it reminds me. I'll just say I shouldn't say it is, but it reminds me of is like NyQuil. It's a thick syrupy liquid. It's cannabis infused. Curio makes it in several different flavors, and it's been a hit with our patients. It's a very discreet way of medicating. It has a long-lasting effect. So if you were, let's say, at an all-day event, and all of a sudden, the stress started getting to you, you'd be able to use this very discreetly by taking half a cap. And you just, you take it just like you would like a NyQuil or another type of liquid medicine. And the onset time is roughly 30 to 45 minutes. And our patients seem to really like the effects. And I know a lot of folks, on a side note, if you think about folks coming home to drinking a cocktail or having a beer after work to relax, I know more and more of our patients are telling us that they're buying these types of products and just adding seltzer water, adding juice, or adding drinks to it. And instead of having that alcoholic beverage to relax, they're now using cannabis-infused products. And that's something that I think will continue to happen more and more as we go on. I'm going to wrap it up, but one of the products I also wanted to highlight is one of my favorite products that we have in the dispensary are these awakening tablets. So sometimes the effects of stress, they manifest themselves in making you feel lethargic, making you feel like you may not have energy, and a lot of times you still need to power through those days. I find these awakening tablets by Curio to be really phenomenal when having those types of situations. They're 5 milligrams a piece each tablet. You just kind of let them dissolve in your mouth. They take effect a little faster than some of the other edibles if you let them dissolve in your mouth, and they won't metabolize the same. this is one of the very first products that we've had in the dispensary. And, you know, there's a lot of products that have come and gone, and this is one that has held a shelf space and has still been a very popular product with our patients. So it's something I'm very confident in. You know, for a daytime use, once again, that very non-discreet, to just be able to pull out a mint, put it underneath your tongue and let it dissolve. It's a really great option for, you know, those folks that need to kind of medicate on the go. Let's see if I do this right. So we're going to go to command. No. All right. All right, back to me. All right, I'm reading my notes from Brandon real quick. Oh, is this just notes how to go back? Oh, I didn't need that. I thought I had to like promote something. I thank everybody for tuning in today and kind of dealing with some of our growing pains with you know, me producing this and wanting a screen share. Hope going through the dispensary menu was helpful, and as always, PeninsulaMD.com, Peninsula Wellness, Peninsula Alternative Health. Anthony Darby, thank you very much.